I'm like a little bitch when it comes to like bugs and mice and all that shit. Dude.
Gross.
I can't do it. I won't even kill a cockroach. I have a hard time like stepping out of feeling the crunching underneath.
I'm with you,
yeah.
But it's not like a bitch thing. It's like just gross.
Yeah, it's it's a bitch thing. It's fucking. There are like real men don't care about shit like that.
So we are real man. Okay, here's an example, right? If I said to you, like, if I smeared like shit on your face, it's not like I'm scared of that. I'm just like, I don't like, you know what I mean? Does that make you a bitch because you don't want shit on your face?
Okay, no.
See what I'm saying? There's a distinction between grossness and like. Like if I don't want a booger on my cheek, does that make me not a man?
I mean, compared to the guy who's okay with it.
But that makes you the gross guy.
But that guy's also bad.
The guy that's like, the guy that's walking around like crushing cockroaches.
Okay, all right, you know what? I got this. All right.
Seems like just like the gross guy to me.
I have the answer. I have the answer here. Okay, so here's the thing. The reason it's more bitchy to not be willing to touch a cockroach or to touch a mouse is because shit and boogers are genuinely excretions from other people's bodies that are really legitimately gross. Like we just
you don't think cockroach guts are gross?
We've invented that cockroaches are particular. Like I'll step on an ant.
Well, an ant's not as gross. It's too small to see the grossness.
That's true. You're right.
If an ant was the size, like bigger, it would be gross.
Yeah, dude, I killed a fucking cockroach on mushrooms a few weeks ago, and whatever was on between my hand and it, it was like when Freddy Krueger killed the cockroach.
Yeah.
There was so much viscera and horrible shit.
I don't see a guy walking around like squashing bugs as like manly. I see him as like
really an exterminator. It's what Uncle Jesse did.
What about those dudes? You ever see those dudes that be like cleaning the snake pit like by hand and shit?
Snakes
are fucking manly. Dude.
Yeah, snakes are manly.
And also, I'll touch a snake all day long.
They're not gross like that.
But the guy that's doing it looks pretty gross because he's always one of those like squatting barefoot.
What about a honey dipper?
What's a honey dipper?
The guys that clean out porta potties.
Gross. I don't know.
I mean, I get what you're saying, man. Those guys, they're probably more men, man. Yeah.
Those are men.
Well, so it's the guy that hides in the porta potty.
Yeah. There was that Dirty Jobs with Mike Rowe, right? That was sort of the whole premise of that show. It's like, I don't know. It's a manly fucking thing to go and be willing to like. Let's say, you're an exterminator and you have to go into an infested basement with fucking just tons of cockroaches.
I think it's more like
that's truly hell to me.
Some of them are manly. I see like the ice road truckers, like all that sort of stuff, super manly. The guy that just like rolls around in bugs is a weirdo.
It's like Mark Random. He's got like bugs in his. Like, hey, these are my friends.
I just see it as like a weirdo thing.
Will Smith talked about that. Like his dad worked in like refrigerator shit, so like he would have to fix refrigerators in like supermarkets, so there was always roaches and rats and shit like that. And Will survived like one weekend working with him.
Yeah,
it's like he just couldn't.
Before he knew it, the fucking thing was fucking his girlfriend. He comes in, oh come on!
But he always says he watched his dad once grab like a rat with his bare hands and move it so he could work on some shit. And he's like, "Fuck, like that's a real man."
That's a manly shit, dog. Yeah. There's just it's a different.
Rats not as gross.
Look, bugs is a different category. There's a cockroach in your house or apartment, right? Let's say there's a cockroach in your house.
I move.
What? Your girlfriend's like, "Oh my God, Ryan, there's a fucking cockroach." What do?
I guess y'all fucking hands is broken, huh?
You would make her kill it yourself? No.
I go, your phone broken? You know the number.
Doggy, what I would do is I would take my shoe from afar and I would throw it. And as soon as I threw it, I would scream like a girl. I'd go, ah!
All right.
And then it would smash. And then I'd go, oh! I grab multiple paper towels and really, fucking not look at it. I grab it. I'd bunch it up really, really deep, put it in the trash, take out the trash right away, put it outside. The whole time squinting and squealing like a fucking lady. That's what I would do.
No, a real man gets down on hands and floors and goes, and eats it.
Oh, like Renfield? Yeah. Dude, I just do napkin and then I throw it in the toilet.
I once had one of those like 1,000-legger things in the house. Like my girl spotted one of those 1,000-leggers and she wanted me to get rid of it. I was fucking scared of it. So I would just legitimately go like where it was until it would run out of sight. And just got away, and we just had to keep dealing with this every time she spotted it. And I'm like, I'm not going anywhere.
You ever lie about getting it?
No, because it would always come back. I learned better than lie about it because the first time it came back, I was like, oh, they must be getting in from somewhere, and I knew I never killed it.
Yeah. Also, I've done what? Don't fucking tell me what to do, bitch.
She's producing.
Yeah, you're right. You are producing. What about a mouse? What type of mouse trap do you use?
Hockey stick.
No.
We did the glue traps, so that was the thing. I had to get used to picking
Glue
them
traps
up.
is wild.
Because they're still alive on the glue traps.
It is. I almost feel like that is the
crazy.
It's without a doubt it's the least humane. You're gluing them to a fucking trap. And just, what are you supposed to step on it afterwards,
glue
right?
traps is crazy.
Oh, I don't know. I would just pick them up the same way, roll them up, put them in the thing.
And let them
throw them down the garbage chute.
Yeah, in the bag, take the bag out, in the curb, whatever happens after that.
Put them on a cracker.
Hopefully they suffocate, you know?
Yeah, I don't think they do. I think they torture and they take days to die on those
And they
glue
rip
traps.
their face off trying to escape.
Yeah.
I do the one where the little man kicks the ball and it goes up the thing and then the trap falls all the way down on the piece of cheese.
Everyone has that joke where like so many people have that joke about New York where you're like day one you move here, you're like glue traps are weird, and then day two you're like, oh, let's torture these animals or whatever. It's like, I'll tell you what, I've been here for a few years, that hasn't really changed for me, where I was like, let's rip the mouse's faces off with
But then
glue.
some of them are too nice. So I got the humane traps where it'll be like a little plastic container, and then
Those things work
they
okay.
go through it, but then you're like, it's like a pet.
Then you have to take it and go let it out in your neighbor's lawn.
Doggy, I let it outside. This motherfucker came back, same exact mouse.
You have to go down the street and let it out in a different
I
neighborhood.
let it out. Ryan, I walked down the fucking street to the park, let him out in the sewer. He fucking came back. He knew where his fucking home was. That's that.
Yeah.
You got to kill him. They got to go.
I don't know why you're being so gentle for. There are hawks that eat squirrels and mice in the park, and I see that shit, and I'm like, oh yeah, dude, it's brutal for them outside also. So fuck whatever happens to them.
It's just fucking life, dude. Just nature in general for these fucking animals.
All that I agree with except for the glue one. The glue one's a specific type of because they get on, then they just rip their skin off trying to get off.
While they ate poison, they're like puking everywhere and tearing their skin
It's like
off.
a specific type
Their
of
foot comes off.
like a horror movie.
I'm pretty sure they were getting stuck in tree sap somewhere.
I threw a mouse out the window once because I didn't want to deal with it. It was six-story window. I just went, nope.
The funny part is you have to go take it somewhere and you potentially get caught by the guy who lives in that neighborhood letting the mice out. The guy's like, what the fuck?